Not leave me in here.
Man, you know how it is and what it is. It is the morning run. It is morning somewhere. It's your man, Uncle Neely, Philip Dukes the Scoop, Big Dog Chico. Got a lot coming at you. Pause, no diddy. It's the morning run.
Hey,
Easky.
morning somewhere. 7 a.m. Hawaii time, 11 a.m. Mountain time,
No, it ain't.
12 noon, 1 p.m. Central time. No matter what, it is the morning run. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How you doing?
Doing good, Big
Fellas?
Dog Chico. How y'all making it, man?
I'm good, man.
You
Pretty,
better
pretty,
this
pretty,
morning?
pretty day in Atlanta.
Beautiful
Pretty
day in
day.
Jackson, Mississippi, too. Hey, speaking of, let us know where you're checking in from and what it's like where you at.
Yeah, we gotta check into Jackson, Mississippi too, man. My Facebook going crazy about they had the president change down there.
Yeah, well, it hadn't changed. Yeah, we had to let the president go. But
Man,
that's a whole nother Diddy story.
man,
Speaking of, my Lord.
boy.
Dog.
Hey, I don't even want to read no more Diddy story.
No, I don't either, man.
Yeah.
I don't either.
Yeah, hey, that boy did it one. Hey, man, good gracious.
Let me tell you one thing, man. Big Dog Chico, Deuce Scoop into the chat out there. To everybody with kids or young people in their life, I think one of the things, important things you can teach your children, Cam is coming up, man. One of the things important things you can teach your kids is, dog, you ain't got to go along to get along. Like, ain't nobody so cool that you got to do anything to hang with them. Like you ain't got to prove yourself to nobody. You ain't got to make yourself be worthy to hang with some certain clique because people will have you doing any and damn anything just to be around them, and ain't nobody worth that. Them ain't your friends, man.
Nobody. No, you said a word then, man. Like I think sometimes, like you said, I just had that conversation with Cam probably about a month ago about understanding who really with you. And
Hmm.
regardless or not, he got God and his family regardless. So one day, you the best everything, and the one day they could say the worst about you. But at the end of the day, it's two things that's gonna remain the same, and one overall, because even family can go left on you. But
Yeah.
God ain't gonna change on you. So as long as he keep that relationship, man, he gonna be fine. But yeah, you got to talk about it, man. These kids doing a pair of everything. He just had a kid suspended for man, Cam and Phil Gray, they just had a kid suspended for smoking in the bathroom. And one of his peers. I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, like, hey man, like that's young, dog. Like y'all tripping. But long as you know that's I don't care how cool you think that kid is or how cool other people think that kid is. That's not how you were raised, and that's not what we on. And you're right, man. I appreciate you saying that, because it's important to have those conversations with the youth.
Yeah, it is, man. Because again, everybody want to fit in. Everyone belong. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Chico, look it up. I know they teach you at Selma. Love and acceptance is up there, man. Shit is up there with food and water. And like you just have to be careful when you go down these slippery slopes of what you will do to be in with the in crowd. And as I was listening to the testimony, again, this is just one side of a legal testimony. The other side gets to rebut. But it's like as you listening to it, what the takeaway for me was like, damn, how you get to where you want to be around somebody that bad? I'm out. I'm not hanging with you. Like I got a lot of celebrity friends. They're like, hey, Neely, you want to keep on hanging with us, you got to do this. Peace.
Man, man, you
We
know
out,
what?
dog.
It's a guy named Al Nuke out of Detroit, man. He make a lot of his bones in Atlanta. But the boy Al Nuke said,
Know that name.
Did none of y'all tell Diddy no? Like
Right.
nobody. Like it wasn't no real one in there that just was like, bruh, no,
I
no,
guess the
you're not
only one
going.
is Cat Williams.
Yeah, I
Say
mean,
you got to tell Diddy no.
Well, I'll tell you this. I believe it's way more than that to say it no. But the issue is they can't testify to what they didn't see or participate in. Like before it even got left.
yeah,
Like I'm out. Like if
Yeah.
it, like I hate to use this little example, but if I'm over one of my, I was gonna make it Deuce or Chico, but you ain't gonna do that. If I'm over one of my partner's crib and they come out, we playing PlayStation, they come out the back naked, I'm gone.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say, Chico, what you doing? Like, I'm just gone.
Time to go.
And
No,
so
you
what
got-
happened after that? I
You got to
can't
check
say it.
folks, bro. Like it ain't even toxic masculinity, bro. You got to tell, you got to check people, bro. You do. Like it just that's the world we live in.
Saying Chico and Dukes, a lot of people didn't leave because they got groomed to stay. Like these people, man, are predators. And let me help explain that. Let's take a lion out there on the savannah, right?
Mm-hmm.
You think he chased the fastest gazelle?
Nah. He
I-
may look.
Chase the weak one. He's trying to eat.
Yeah. It might start off looking like he's chasing the fastest one, but he ended up taking the one that's the slowest runner.
He gonna thin the herd, cull the herd, as we call it in the country, separate the weak from the strong, and he gonna go grab that weakest one. He ain't trying to run 90 miles per hour all day of day when this was right here limping. And so these people are predators. They go after the people limping. So that's why I'm telling you, man, instill in your family, your loved ones, your friends, particularly young people. Look,
Man, did y'all see
limp around us? We love you.
Did y'all see did it some years ago on Drink Champs?
When he said you haven't party with me, daddy, basically. Yeah, he put out some signs out there, dog, to where it some have been on live and national TV or YouTube or whatever, and where he's literally saying, "Hey Fab, I'm not gonna quote it because y'all will clip this bit."
Hey man, no, listen. That man basically bullied some grown men at that table that day. It was like, hey man, chill out. Hey, like that monster got loose, boy. He was like, nah, he ain't party with me though. That man got to sing a happy birthday. He made Nori blow the candle out.
Come, I want to take people shopping. I want to take 50 Cent shopping. Like dog.
Yeah, man.
He's gone too far with some people, I'm sure. And to be at the point to where you are drinking and you tell another grown man, but you haven't partied with me before. Let me tell you my experience with somebody telling me I haven't partied before, right? And no, it doesn't have to do with another man, So, let's take the smile off your face. Don't be too happy.
No, that was not a smile. That was a smile Jesus, that was a Jesus help us. That was.
Boy, Chico.
I take that back. Go ahead, go to the next subject.
Yeah, man. It's all good, Chico. Because you know what? Because I know I read the comments.
That literally means another level.
Help, Chico. I don't want to act like I don't want to.
Don't worry about the comments. I'm just saying.
No. Serious business, Chico. Because I read the comments and I said, you know what, man? I do not want to enable you to do things that may not, put you in the best light. So if you want to talk brother to brother, man, about some of your past, dog, you can call me, man.
Listen. When people say party like that, they mean in a different way. They're trying to say it and let you know.
Chico, did somebody ask you to party?
My experience with someone accentuating party lets me know there was a different type of party going on. I had these two young ladies come to visit myself and one of my roommates back in college. We just having a good time, normal time, and all of a sudden they get looking for something in their purse. They can't find it. Now they talking to each other. They're looking frantic, and finally they say, "Oh, we found it." I'm like, what did y'all find? They was like, "Well, I don't know if you guys, like to party, but we like to party." Hold on, that's a different type of party, huh? You said that twice. Why you got to say it twice? She pulled out her own controlled substance and said, "This the type of party we like to do." Like, oh, you on a different level. That's what I think P. Diddy was trying to tell Fab and them. Maybe not with the drugs, but you guys have partied, but you haven't partied with me yet, is what Diddy was saying. So that's a different type of party. I'm very sure.
You said all that shit to say that shit that we already knew.
Yes, it's a different type of party.
So Chico,
I'm sure you already knew. You know what I mean? Because you got the invites and stuff.
Okay,
but
Chico, did you leave or did you let them party and you partied too?
Hey, I plead the fifth. Yeah.
Chico, hey boy, Chico said. Hey,
no, I got out of there.
Yeah, you got out there. You were done. That's what you got out of there. Hey man, it's the morning run. Look, you know, we do sports, music, culture, everything on here, but this the transcripts from the Diddy trial, ain't no way we couldn't just had no pause touch on that for a second, because man, make it look. Let me tell y'all this, chat, Chico, Yael, anybody out there. Ben thought Unc was nasty. Unc done learned Unc ain't nothing. I ain't got nothing on these, but what y'all doing out there?
And good morning to you once again on the morning run with Phillip Dukes, Christopher Neely, and Chico Cleveland. We're going to bring you the morning news and updates and all things sports and culture right now. And we have to talk, because Unc and I talked last night about Cooper Flagg and the Dallas Mavericks winning the lottery in the NBA. We have to get Dukes. Last night. Well, it seemed like last night.
Yeah, that's because you
partied. So we have to get the thoughts of Phillip Dukes. What do you think about Cooper Flagg being right there, that number one pick for Nico Harrison and the Dallas Mavericks?
Man, I think that was great. It's great for Dallas, man. I'm happy for Dallas for sure, man. They lose Luka. I think I don't know if it. I mean, I don't know the science behind it being rigged. Maybe it's for the franchise to have a franchise player headed into Vegas and they're gonna make a ton of money off of it somewhere. I don't know, but man, 1.8% percentage chance to win the lottery, and they win it after probably the most monumental trade that we've seen in the NBA in a long time. So yeah, I mean, man.
Hey, it wasn't last night, Dukes. He was on that peel, I guess. It was yesterday morning. What I did say is, y'all remember on the morning run on Monday, I said, man, if it was me and I was in charge of the association, meaning the National Basketball Association, I'm looking out for the good of the whole, I'm going to make sure one of them Texas teams get them, San Antonio, Houston, or Dallas. And I'd be damned if San Antonio didn't come in second and Houston got it. I mean, Dallas got it. I just think, man, that there are instances, there are times that no matter what might be in the best interest of this one little team here, this one little segment here, that the reason you have an association is somebody got to look out for everybody. And there are things that happens in the league, whether it's rule changes, whether it's TV contracts, whether it's salary caps, you name it, they're put in place because it's for the good of the order. And you look at Luka going to the Lakers, the heir apparent to the Los Angeles Lakers, heavy media market franchise, great for the league. But then look what you leave Dallas. You leave Dallas in a lurch. They're looking at a move to Vegas because they're owned by casino people. What happens? They get the number one pick. Like, I didn't think it was a fluke when the Cleveland Cavaliers got the number one the year that DeGrom was coming out, of Patrick Ewing with New York. Like, coincidence? Maybe, maybe not. But it always happens at the right time for the association.
I just wish they could have let Ant-Man come get. Why the Hawks couldn't get the pick when Ant-Man came out?
I'm telling you.
Man, you talk about a party in Atlanta. Good gracious.
Maybe that was a good thing for him, to get away from the ATL, get away from the norm, go learn something different, see something different. But still, he of course he's going to keep the ATL in him. But just maybe sometimes you got to get away from the A, or away from your home environment to see something different. It kind of change your mindset,
Yep.
Yep.
Yo, I ain't said nothing, Chico. I ain't saying a
Boy,
word.
you wild there.
I ain't saying that.
Dukes, let me see that. Let's stay right here on Dallas, though. Would you trade that pick? Would you take Cooper Flagg? A lot of people are asking about Giannis. Would Giannis be a better fit? Would KD be a better fit? What do you do with that number one pick if you're the Mavs?
You got to draft Flagg, man. Probably one of the most sure prospects we've seen at number one. I mean, I know, of course, Wemby was a sure deal. But yeah, I think Flagg is overwhelmingly probably the most sure. I don't know if he has the highest upside, but he's the most sure. You could talk about Dylan Harper and Ace Bailey. Both of those guys, I think, may even have a little more upside based on their athleticism. But I just think that Cooper Flagg is probably has the most polished. He has the highest floor. And I think that his ceiling can be even higher, because at the end of the day, when you talk about franchise players, you want to get into multiple contracts. Well, who do you think can still do it after the athleticism is gone and the guy as skilled as Flagg is at his height? I think he'll be able to do this for 15 to 20 years, and that's what you want when you say we need a franchise player. So Yeah, no doubt about it. I would stay with Flag.
Yeah, no, there's no way I'm trading this pick. What Nico has gone through, with people coming to clown noses to the games, like this fell in your lap, whether it was collusion, orchestrated, or just pure damn luck. You got the number one pick, keep it. You can build your franchise, around this guy. Let's all keep in mind this dude, Cooper Flag. He's supposed to be going to the prom right now. This dude went to Duke early.
18 years old, right?
Yeah, this dude is this is Colorado's version of Juju. This dude ain't supposed to be in college right now. And not only went a year early, one and done, and headed to the league as a number one pick. Like, I'm not giving that up. Now what he does second and third contract when the market demands it, there, sure. But like, you finna play for me these first 3 to 5. Like, we finna see what's going on with this. So I wouldn't trade it at all. Wouldn't even entertain offers, because frankly, what you would have to give me to get him would pretty much be your whole starting 5 plus some first round.
Damn. Yeah.
What about you, Chico?
No, you definitely gonna draft Cooper Flag. You made the trade before all of this. You made the trade for Luka, and you said that bringing in AD was gonna make you guys championship contenders because of his defensive prowess and just matching up with Kyrie. He fits better in Dallas, right? They were expecting to go to the Western Conference Final, go back again and compete for a championship this year before the injuries, right? So let's say we bring back that same squad, got a fully healthy squad, although it might not be until the 2026 actual calendar year when Kyrie comes back. But you still have a long while for Cooper Flag to get his feet wet, get the ball in his hands, be able to score, get in the groove before Kyrie comes back. So you should be looking at a championship team that has just added a number one pick in there. And how could you not be just as good as you were last year, or you would expect to be last year when you add Cooper Flag? So add him in there, let him do his thing, and I think it's a perfect fit with AD and Kyrie and the rest of that squad in Dallas.
Yeah, we'll see what version of Kyrie comes back. He's plus 30 years old. Achilles gonna lose a calendar year. Gonna lose a father time year with recovery too. So I still think, like I told you yesterday, Chico, I think that Kyrie post injury is still better than most because he was that much better than everybody else before. But he's gonna lose a step because not only is major surgery, father time is starting to kick in, but that's just enough, to have this guy's in Cooper. Look what he can learn being around Anthony Davis, being around Kyrie. And don't forget, Clay is there.
Yeah.
Like we keep skipping over his name and what he brings to the table.
35.
Yeah, I think Kyrie this was an ACL for Kyrie at the time.
I didn't hear you, Dukes.
No, I think this time it's was ACL this time, so they give him it's a little better.
I think that I think regardless of pieces in place or not, like, I'm not expecting Dallas to do this year one. And I don't even think they should pressure themselves to do that. When you look at the parity that's in the West, where Dallas will play, whether they're in Las Vegas or Dallas, it's any given year is wide open to somebody. You don't have a quote unquote dynasty no more. You don't have Golden State, running off 4 in a row again. So don't even try to put it on this rookie or unhealthy AD or rushing the Kyrie back. Oh, we got to win right now, or do a trade for Giannis because we got to win right now. Because the fact is, this dude 18, 19 years old. You ain't got to win right now. You got this stuff for another 15 years.
Well, here's a burning question. You have successful surgery for Jason Tatum, who went down last game with the Achilles injury. Thanks to me. Yeah, well, I said it's going to be an injury happen on this team, and they're not going to have a chance to beat the Knicks. And right now they're down 3-1. But here's the question: with the young coach like this, with the aging team like this, Horford, my guy Forehead, that Unc call him, D. White, Holiday, all of these guys long in the tooth, right? Jason Tatum won't be back next year until maybe later in the season, and I think he shouldn't even come back next year at all.
All of Nick is a wash. He won't play next year.
Yeah, he won't play next year. So you got those guys getting a year older. You got those big contracts. What do? Do you break it up in Boston do you try to run it back in 2 years?
I won't call it a breakup. Horford got to go. Salute to him. You know, send him out with a nice farewell tour. I could make some moves with Holiday, but as long as I'm keeping Jalen there, and I know everybody in the world gonna want Brown, but as long as you bringing Tatum back and got Brown there, you got a chance in these.
Yeah, I agree. I think Boston is good enough to float around the 7th, 8th pick. They could really, Boston could be a 6th seed in the East, the way the East is with Jaylen Brown being your leader. So if you can, let's say you get to a calendar year this time next year, and Jason Tatum is playing this first game, you give him a full 12 months off on what they say was a 9 to 12 month injury, but you give him a full 12 months off. You can hang around. He could still be there for the playoffs, and you still probably be favored. When you look at his game, how much of his game is athleticism at this point? And they just shoot. Man, you can get a couple 3-point shooters and really just be like, all right, shoot even more threes. That's what they do.
Yeah.
Like really, if you look at the series, they was going up 20 when they were hitting their threes, and then I literally watched them in the game where Jason Tatum had 42 before he had the injury. They missed 8 straight threes. Then the game before that, they missed 7 straight. Like, why would you? But that's what they're going to do. Like we said, they're going to live and die by the 3-pointer. So I think for a team that plays like that, you may not have to get a dynamic guy to come in and replace Jason Tatum. You get a guy who says, listen, we just need you to play basic level defense and shoot the piss out the ball.
And they got one of them right now. What's the white kid coming off the bench, 6th man? Previous 6th man of the year?
Pritchard.
Yeah. Yeah, he like that's half of it right there.
Right.
They got my dog JD Davison playing in G League. He's been killing it. Just won the MVP for them. They need to bring him up. But he's a point guard though.
He should stay 1 more year, dog.
1 more year in college.
1 more year with it.
Yeah, I think it would have helped him too. And then it wouldn't have had him stuck in Boston and Maine, you know, playing in G League because they have so many veterans up there, and they realize his talent, so they don't want to let him go. You know, but you have a Peyton Pritchard already in his spot. I think they need to do something with him, but outlook.
I mean, Pritchard the point though.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I'm saying. And JD's a point too.
Oh, you saying? Okay, I thought you were talking about Jason Tatum. My bad.
Yeah. JD Davison. My bad. He's from Calhoun, Alabama, down there near where I'm from, not too far. So yeah, we'll see, man.
If you kick it out west, of course, the Pacers before it go out west, the Pacers has wrapped theirs up against Cleveland. You called that one. I called it wrong, but you did switch. You did switch to Cleveland. You did switch, Chico. But nevertheless, going out west.
No, I didn't.
Fix your face. Look, you can't make faces like that and not wash your face. You got to wash your face and smile. Like, come on now. So
you
Chico,
the one admitted say that you only wash. Go ahead.
My face, I can't lift nothing up on my face but my beard. My grandma said if you can lift it, wash under. So I wash under there, or maybe under there. The rest I just rinse off. Chico, out west. Let's do it. Let's do it the hard one first. What you can the Nuggets win 2 in a row?
Yeah, they can.
Will the Nuggets win 2 in a row?
But will they? That's the question. Do they have enough depth? 2 in a row? You know, I'll tell you what, the Joker been going on. No. You can't stop him. You can't stop him. They can win 2 in a row though. But OKC, man, they're not going to allow them to do that. I thought Nuggets would win this series, but I don't think they have enough firepower right now, unless like a guy like Michael Porter Jr. just goes off the next couple games. You know, he steps up, and Jamal Murray. But Thunder, man, Thunder young. They're young. What people say? They're too young to realize the situation they're in. So they're just out there playing balls to the wall. They're you know what I mean? So, you know, shout out to OKC, man. They should pull this off.
Dude.
Yeah, I'm rooting for the Nuggets. So I'm not even rooting for the I'm not even rooting for the Nuggets. I'm just rooting against the Thunder. Because I just.
Man, you've been on SGA all year, man. Why you dogging about now?
Because now you know they always try to say who's the best younger guys, and Anthony Edwards or SGA, and you know It's almost like it's like the Canada beef, you know, Kendrick versus Drake, and yeah, there's nothing basketball attached to this. I just don't like them
I love it.
players. Yeah,
I
so
love it.
I ain't even hating on them. Yeah, actually I am.
Now I'm finna say, now
Yeah,
that's
I am.
hating on.
Yeah, so yeah, so I'm hoping that the Nuggets win. But man, if you want to take a basketball, I think that seeing SGA knock down that clutch jumper, right? That's what really kind of made you kind of scared about the Thunder being able to go further than you may have thought they had been able to originally, because in those times you usually see SGA make the correct basketball play. And when that moment came for him to make the correct basketball play and it ended up with him taking the shot, that's where you say, okay, is this guy really a not just an MVP, or is he a clutch player as well? And he fills up the stat sheet, but can you win the big game with him? And I think that was a huge game. So if I had to bet my money on it, I'd probably go to OKC. If I had to bet right now, I think they could get 2 out of 3. I mean, 1 out of 3. That's all they need.
Yeah.
Or how many games left? 2?
2 games, right?
They got to, yeah. They just got to win 1, and the Nuggets got to win 2. So I would bet that they could win 1 before the Nuggets won 2. But if I had my way about it, the Nuggets would win.
Yeah, me too.
And then the other Western Series is over.
Ant-Man and them, there's over.
I mean, it ain't over, but it is over.
Stick a fork in them, they're done.
Yeah.
Yep.
Barbecue chicken.
Chico, where your phone at?
My phone at? Right here.
Oh, where is your phone?
Yes, where's your phone, Philip Dukes?
What, you got your phone?
I do have my telephone.
Can I get 10 push-ups right quick?
We're on live stream. We're doing a show right now. I told you how to handle this.
No, you you actually said that we could.
I'm amazed how he don't see this coming. Like he was saying, "Where's my phone?"
Well, I saw it coming. I could have set my phone in the other room and live. But it would have been like
you had to leave out anyway. I think it'd be quick.
So
let me and Uncle Neely have this. Like we could talk for about 5 minutes while you go get set up.
All right. Hold me down.
I appreciate it.
I was going to ask about the Colorado Buffaloes.
What you got?
Ask the question.
Somebody in the chat asked me why I haven't been in practice.
Tell them up.
There ain't no practice. I bet you this. I ain't the only one ain't been there.
You ain't lying.
We go back June 1st for strength and conditioning, y'all. It's just for 3 weeks. First 3 weeks in June is summer 1 strength and conditioning, and also Coach Prime's camp. So there's no practice taking place right now.
Travis Hunter met with White Castle Hawks basketball team during the Super Bowl weekend in New Orleans. Thanks to Travis and Adidas for showing love to the new basketball shoes, for them to hoop in. Travis Hunter giving back to the community once again, just like Shedeur did when he was, first got to Cleveland, going to see the kids at the high school. Seemed like people were impressed by that, but nothing to impress Unc though, because he was saying all this stuff is nothing new, just like staying after practice that Shedeur has done with the wide receivers. Dukes, what do you feel about that, man? Is that going to give him an edge in this quarterback battle? A lot of people saying he already performed better than anybody at camp, so looking like he's ahead of Dylan right now, but behind Joe Flacco and the veterans. How can he continue to do his thing and end up being the starter for Cleveland Browns?
Yeah, I think what Shedeur is doing by staying after practice is he's being a man of his word. It's almost like doing push-ups when you owe somebody. When you say that this is what you want to do, this is who you are as a person, you cannot just have lip service. You actually got to do the task, and that's what Shedeur is doing. These are this is the equivalent of his push-ups. You want to be the leader of this franchise, then you have to stay after. You have to be the guy who they see, because you've already had this media storm telling you who you weren't. It's just like how like people say Chico doesn't pay his bets. Chico is not a person with integrity. And then when Chico goes to do his push-ups, he proves those people wrong. He proves what kind of man he is. And that's the same thing that Shedeur Sanders does. See, right now, Shedeur is going, he's saying, you know what? I know what they're saying, but this is who he is regardless. Shedeur was always early at practice. Shedeur did stay after practice. So now the national media is having to showcase who Shedeur really is instead of some of the bad press that came out based on rumors. And so if I had to close it out on anything, I would say, like, if you're a man of integrity, don't let those rumors be true about you. And especially if you also want push-ups, I would suggest that be like Shedeur and prove to the people who you are.
Yeah,
Well,
I love that.
here's a
Duke,
key
and,
thing though. Before Unc goes on, Shedeur made it very clear. I'm not even worried about nobody else. I'm not even looking at no comments. I'm not here to prove nobody wrong. I'm here to prove me right.
So we're going 1-2-1 again.
There you go, Unc. That's when people say excuse me for a second. So they're saying excuse me. You know.
Yeah, Dukes. I love that breakdown, that analysis, and I'm with you. You know, sometimes when you talk about proving yourself right or proving other people wrong, you have the opportunity with a new audience, you know, to just show and prove in general. And, you know, if you didn't have a bet with Chico, you wouldn't know that he didn't pay his bets. And the next person can have a bet with Chico and he paid them and they think he's an honest guy because he showed up. Shedeur Sanders is just simply showing up. He's proving who he is. He's doing his push-ups. He's not trying to get off screen and go set up because he's ready to do his push-ups whenever the subject is brought up. So he's going to come early, he's going to stay late. And I would tell you this, Shedeur Sanders, by no doubt in my mind, is the best quarterback on that team. And somewhere over the next 11 weeks, the team is going to know it. The coach is going to know it. The general manager is going to know it. The owner is going to know it. The Browns fans are going to know it, and they're going to have to make him the starter. Shame on Flacco if Shedeur could come in at 144 and just take your job day one. You know, Joe Flacco is an experienced quarterback. He can get the job done. He proved that even at his age last year, he can still do it. But I would imagine that somewhere between the start of camp and that second or third preseason game, it's going to be clear who the best quarterback on that team is.
I would agree, man. I think, and I'm not even disappointed if Shedeur doesn't start at the beginning of the season. I just think I think it's one of those things where you're good with Shedeur. I think the Michael Penix situation is perfect. You pretty much got everything that you could get out of Kirk Cousins, even at the detriment of the Falcons and they schedule last year and their record. But when it was Penix time, there was no doubt about it that it was time to go to him. And I think that's also a positive for that young quarterback. You don't get put in the position. You get to learn. You get to see. You're learning behind a Super Bowl champion quarterback. So I think, and especially if he shows that he's the better option. Then after that, you got Kenny Pickett. I mean, I could see that, not going the best. You wish everybody well, but when you have a high, like in a real world where stuff happens the way it was supposed to, that we thought it was going to happen, we're not even questioning this. It's not even a question of is Shedeur a starter. He's the presumed starter. When you spend a certain amount of draft capital in a quarterback, you got your presumed starter. Well, they took the draft capital away, but they couldn't take the talent. So I think eventually that talent is going to continue to shine. And I think Shedeur ends up your starter at some point during the season. I'm just not sure when.
Hey, Dukes, I want to call attention to some words I use. Keep in mind when I talked about over the next 11 weeks going through the summer, I said it was going to be clear to the players, the fans, the owners, the GM, everybody who was the best quarterback on the team. I didn't say who they were going to start.
I can go for that.
Yeah, I said it was going to be clear who is the best quarterback on that team. Now, me having been around Shedeur Sanders since his senior year in high school, I can tell you right now, in my opinion, he already is the best, but that haven't been proven to other people yet that's there. But slowly but surely, day by day, practice by practice, week by week, the guy in front of him is no longer going to be the guy in front of him. That don't mean that when it comes to reps, he ain't still the guy in front of him. But at some point, the head coach has to make a decision. Just like what you articulated with Atlanta. I mean, who didn't know that all things considered that Penix was the best quarterback on that team, but Cousins was still starting? But it reached the point where it's like, okay, we got to put the best guy out there, not the most experienced guy. We got to put the best guy out there. And I think that's going to be Shadour's hurdle. He's going to prove that he is the best guy. And there's going to be a couple of weeks, maybe even more space between proving he's the best and actually starting. But it is no doubt Flacco's job, unless Flacco just wakes up during the preseason and say, you know what, man, I'm 40 years old. I want to do this shit no more.
And that can happen. That can happen
I'm
real
53,
fast.
about to be 54. There's a lot of shit I don't want to do no more.
Man.
I'm trying.
Y'all remember The Wire? I love The Wire. Did y'all watch The Wire on HBO?
I never watched.
I remember Cuddy from The Cut, who was the muscle for the Barksdale family. They sent him on a couple of missions. He came back. He said, hey, man, you know that thing that's in you that make you do what you do? It ain't in me no more. It's just not going to be long before Flacco look at me and say, like, you know what, dog? This ain't in me no more.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. I think
what you think Derek Carr did in New Orleans? And not Derek Carr even commenting on the Coach Prime's post saying the Saints should have drafted Shador.
No, he didn't.
I didn't see that.
He did.
No.
Okay.
Don't
believe neither. Go trust Google.
That wasn't doubting you.
No, I know when your eyes look up what you're doing, you're going to your monitor. Yeah. Ray Charles.
Yeah. I agree with you totally. You take those
all the time undefeated, man.
Father time undefeated.
That's true. Well, I think the Browns would do kind of like the Falcons did. They'll let Flacco play, and I think what's going to happen is Flacco could play well now, but I think ultimately he'll probably stink it up like Kirk Cousins did, and it'll force the hand. The crowd will be calling for it, and the GM and the coach will have to say, "Hey, man, you know, we've given Flacco 3 good weeks, and nothing looks good. Nothing looks promising. We need to go either one of these rookies, whether it's Gabriel. It depends on how they have them ranked at that time, but we need to go one of these rookies, and I think that's what we'll see in Cleveland. And it might, in the first year, could spark something in Cleveland. Just imagine Shador being out there on the field, and he's playing well. Man, you got a sellout crowd in Cleveland, man. The dog pound going crazy. They're on TV every week.
Well, we got someone with a quarterback situation like Cleveland. The ideal thing is to get like most Super Bowl teams that we've seen when they've made it. They've had a lot of times you see guys who don't have to spend a lot of money in capital at quarterback outside of Pat Mahomes. But when you look at what Seattle was able to do in Russell Wilson's early years, and there are a multitude of what's a good word? Examples. Boom. There's a multitude of examples where you're not spending a ton of capital and you're able to place that capital somewhere else. Well, Cleveland already has a ton of that capital tied up in the quarterback room. So they're going to be motivated to get that out of that quarterback room. Now, looking at where Shador is starting from, now we all know it, like in rookie minicamp, Coach Stefanski said, hey, it doesn't matter who gets the first reps, but if it ain't matter, he didn't go by alphabetical order. He went with who got drafted first. Like, I mean,
sure,
if that was the case, they would have alternated between day 1 and day 2. So right now, if you just had before an official depth chart comes out, you're probably gonna say that Shador is probably right now of active quarterbacks on that roster. He's probably 4, and
he has to be.
Yep,
he had to be. He was drafted last.
So with him going 4th to 1st, I think, man, it just makes for like cinema, man. I can't wait to see how it unfolds.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Deshaun Watson,
Chico, I thought you was.
Speaking of Deshaun Watson's contract, this is interesting right here because
Chico, you just blanking on the push-ups, dog.
Relax, we'll finish the show and then I got you. Don't worry about it. We're not even.
Bro, Chico, you betted on anytime push-ups and then you got off like you was going to do it.
We established at least 2 or 3 shows ago.
No, you established.
It's not set up for me to stop right now and do push-ups until maybe the end of the show or during your show. I have said this in the past. The people
how about don't make the information? You can't pay.
I'm saying, but why would you say that? Because it sounds like you're telling the story, Chico. Because what can you set up now that you couldn't set up 5 minutes ago?
Okay, y'all run the show then. Bye. gonna set it up right now.
Yeah, what you told us to
But
do?
hold on, before you go.
Oh.
Before you go. Well, I say it in your absence, even though I know you can hear me. Run what? You ain't sound man ain't doing a damn thing. Ain't no cutaway graphics. Ain't no banners taking place. Run what?
Nah, no. What Chico
Don't come
told?
back. Don't come
No,
back.
what Chico told us last night?
I said come back. I come back to say
Man, let's get some of these super chats, man. We done had a couple of them pop up, man. Chico, put the damn super chat on the screen so I'm playing. Coach G, $9.99 super chat. 3 the hard way. Unc Chico and Duke, even though say Deuce, your analyst is very good on point, man. Appreciate it, love. We just 3 brothers in the barbershop talking on the Wednesday morning. Appreciate that. I think I seen some other supers. Let me scroll back. Dukes, don't want to miss nobody. Uncle Kai with the $10 super chat on the wood for the crew. That's not no puffy, is it? Taylor Made $9.99 super chat. DTS Deuce the Scoop. I can't believe you eased this on BDC. She was talking about your monologue where you making it about push-ups too. I think that's all of so Chico can stay where he at. He need to get ready for the push-up. I don't understand how a man gonna tell you when he gonna pay you.
Man,
What
look,
bank in America that work at?
man, you know what? It's funny, like it's integrity, man. You know what I mean? Like, come on, dog. It's integrity. We ain't tripping. Like, what Chico? Hey, now what Chico said last night for you? Tell me. Y'all just do it.
Yeah, and we like, no, man, we want our guy.
Yeah,
Hey.
man. Like,
I bet Chico was the only dude that sell me with a ball, and when he ain't get to play tight end, he took it went home.
For sure. Like, you see how he just tried to do me? He like, oh, I told you, I established. Like, Chico, how you gonna use the bank? Man, that man went corporate on me, and then gonna talk about
you ain't the bank.
Yeah, went corporate on me. Ain't went nowhere.
Oh, with you.
Yeah,
Go tell that man how you gonna pay you.
Man, look, went corporate voice on me. Get on me when I use my little corporate voice.
That man said, "I
man."
Like, bro, what?
People in the chat, y'all let us know.
That man,
we could stay. What they say, Chico is really, man. Please.
No, you gone. You asked for people in the chat. Now when you see something you don't want, now you talking about please.
Let me finish the statement.
They're not on your side.
I ain't worried about nobody being on my side.
That's right. You here to prove people
hey,
wrong.
Andre Walker, as per my last email, Chico went straight corporate on me. I'm seeking to understand how you don't know, Dukes.
Andre Walker.
Hey,
they are crazy.
The buck stops here, Dukes. I told you we could do them on your show.
Carlton Webb, don't worry. Chico coming back. He really ain't left. He listened to everything we saying. Carlton Webb.
We have some good people who wanted to sponsor the show. Unbelievable.
Did he just keep hopping right? Come on, dog.
Like
I said before, email me, Uncle Neely at thepregameshow.com. That's THEE. We need a real producer so Chico can't hold us hostage. Because when he produce and host, he be muting our mics. He take us off screen. He take his ball and go home.
You ain't see how Chico just said, look, now Chico told me, well, I have some sponsors. You know how you was little and then like your cousin, like you supposed to, you don't do something your cousin wanted to do, and he be like, well, I had some candy, but since you don't want to clean my room for me, why no, bro? Don't do that.
Hey, exactly, Andre Walker. He could have knocked out a good 10 or 20. A good 10 or 20.
He made the bet.
Well, that's why I said, stop making bets you know you ain't going to pay and you won't have any problems.
Man, if anybody watched the show, they have clearly heard me say, there's no way we can set up right here. I would have to go in there. But hold up. Just hold your horses. Y'all just know now. Don't ask me to be.
Deuce, I would tell you about when the bill collectors called my brother.
No, what he do?
Go to a sports subject.
They be calling them. You know, a lot of folks out there in the chat. Y'all will answer the phone and play like it ain't you. Say he ain't here. Just let it go to voicemail. My brother looked down. He see the number. He answered.
This ain't shit.
And he talked to him. And he hear him out. And he say, you know what he say to him? His closing line is. And didn't y'all check my credit before y'all gave me that card?
Man.
Didn't y'all see what I did to everybody else? What made you thought you were gonna be different? You took the risk.
That man, hey, brother, said, man, hey, that man got approved and said, got him.
Run it up. Ball out. That's That's what Chico do. Chico make a bet and he win, you never hit the end of it. He lose, you can't get nothing out of it.
I would have paid though.
Absolutely, you would have, because you are what we call a man of hood integrity.
Man, for
All
sure.
you got is your word at the barbershop and in the hood.
Man, straight up.
Paying that bet and whatever you had to pay is not worth what you actually lose by not paying the bet.
Come on, man. You always want credit. You never know when you're gonna need somebody. You don't pay bet, you can't get 100 from me for sure.
Thank you. Gotta pay it. Gotta pay it.
But I'm gonna pay mine.
Not Chico.
But that's the spirit of betting. It ain't even about that's like you sign up for a flag football league. Everybody's supposed to pay $25. Your team's sorry and you don't want to pay your $25.
That's it.
Chico said, I told you.
Chico a janky promoter in real life.
And then look, then Chico gonna put a little red bone lie on it.
Check this out, Deuces Scoop. There's a guy in the chat with the name Big Dog Chico saying, are y'all going to talk sports while Chico sets up? Let me tell you about gambling and gaming and betting. It is part of sports in 2025. We are talking sports.
Man, I'm telling you.
We are talking sports. So Big Dog Chico, you can tell Chico while he's setting up that we are talking sports.
I mean, like he got to set up a what is it called them? Solo flex. Remember them?
Yeah, I think you got to make sure ain't no roaches in there.
Man, Wayne Morgan had a red bone lie. Yeah, Wayne Morgan. You know what I was saying?
Chico run off with the back end money every time.
Man.
Hey, Chico get his homegirls to work the dough. Say he gonna pay them $100 at the end of the night each. Club closed 2 in the morning. Chico left at 1:30.
I'll tell you.
With the count.
Man. I'll tell you, man. Chico, he being a sore loser. It's all good.
And we'll take this, Deuces Scoop. You know, this past Mother's Day weekend we just came off of. We touched on it with Michael Pollock, Coach Pollock on Monday, but a huge high school recruiting weekend for CU. And shortly after, landed another transfer portal offensive lineman out of Maryland. 430 plus snaps, only 1 sack given up in his career.
Man, it's the word I've been saying the whole time. Hold on, this Chico calling. Hold on. Chico, why you calling me in that FaceTime? There we go. Hold on, Chico. Hold on, Chico. I did. No, you don't got to call first to FaceTime. Let's go, Chico.
Get your knees on the floor.
Is that a blow-up dog in your room?
No, that's my lamp.
How many we got, Dukes?
We got 10.
You ready?
Yep.
Are we on live?
Yes.
As well. Take advantage. Y'all follow me.
Hey, you know what? Let's get 20. We'll take it down to 50 today. Let's go 20. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Come on, Chico.
That's 14.
15. Come on. Play push-ups. There we go. 16, 18. Chico standing up.
He on his knees.
Chico is on his knees. Okay.
No, he was on his knees.
Okay.
That's hard.
All right, go ahead, Chico. Let's go. All right, there we go, Chico. Now we got you. Go ahead.
Knees, look at him. Knees.
All right, Timo.
See them ash knees on that carpet.
Timo, Chico. He said, Timo, let's hit him. You'll be down to 30. 1, 2, 3. Man, you did not lock you did not lock them arms out, Chico, but it's all right. Hey, good job, Chico. See, look, I'm such a player about it. I gave him an extra 10. What
do he owe you now?
30. I told him he'll get 30. I'm a man of my word. He really owed me a 40.
I'm talking about what's the debt? What's the balance?
He owe 30 more.
Man, you being too fair.
It's really
That joke owe
okay.
you like
He owed
that
me
joke
40.
owe you like 50.
Yeah, I done gave him 2 deals. Just cause, you remember I tried to let him out the bet. I always, you can get out the bet.
He was on his knees for 15 though.
Yeah, come on, man. We ain't tripping about Chico, man. Like, I'm just glad he actually walked into the room of mysticism that he can't get to during this show. Like, oh my, whatever he has to do to get in that room, that he can only get into that room at the end of the show.
I think he got some Diddy going on. Somebody locked up over there or something. He gotta go put him up in the cage before he go in another room.
Yeah, man. The last 10 I gave him 10 for 20. Man, I gave him 20 for 10.
Yael said you giving BOGO buy one get one deals.
Yeah, man. Cause it's too hard to get your money. Like, man.
So you send it to collection. You cutting deals now.
Yeah, man. Come on, bro. Just let him get his money, man.
I owe you 50, but if you pay 30 today, we good.
Yeah, cause we tired of calling. We tired of calling every time. Chico, you didn't say nothing when you made the bet. When you borrowed the money, you took it. You know what it's like. You know what's the worst thing in the hood is when somebody want to pay you back your funky $50 when they won.
I know you ain't tripping on that funky ass $50.
When they won,
I know you ain't tripping on that little ass $50.
When they won funky when you needed them. If you from the hood, you know what I'm talking. You ain't got to be from the hood, but you know what I'm talking about. That funky 50. Man, nigga fall out by that funky 50, man. Cause why is funky now? When funky when you need it. Hey boy, I sure appreciate you. Hey boy. Man, you can cash out me a little. I gotta you mad about that little $50? Man, it was the biggest thing in the world when you needed it.
Man, I'm in like set it off. I'm in the bind, Nate. Yeah. She go do anything with that money when he needed it. Now it's funky.
Man, y'all boy know about that funky 20. I'm gonna pay your little money. That's right, yeah. I'm gonna pay your little money.
Back to our old line guy that came in, man. Big boy out of Maryland. 40-30 snaps, 1 sack. I've told people from left tackle to right tackle, we're going to put a line together that first 5 going pro. You know how we was at Pro Day to showcase, and you only had 1 lineman out there working out with 2? You watch this year and next year.
Oh, man.
You got pro prospects on that old line now.
Man, and it's something that we talked about, man. I think I was starting to say before, like top grader was gonna be the word, and a lot of people were, like, hey man, why are they doing this, and why is he saying that, and why are they saying that? Because you knew we both knew what was coming, and there was a time where we were like, hey, it's gonna be some guys that you see walk out of here that you're not gonna be happy to see, but it's gonna be some guys that come in here with more production, and they're starting from the top. And that's what they did, man. So now when you look at flipping the room, where you've got documented production, you got NFL size from left to right, bookended. I mean, this is I tell you what, there's an ESPN article that came out yesterday about teams that they ranked the off seasons in each conference, in each Power 4 conference. Colorado may have been, I believe they were 10th.
12
out of 25.
No, it was the one I see is there was another.
Oh, you talking about conference ranking? I thought
conference.
Nationally, it was 12 out of 25. But shit, Big 12 should have been 1.
Yeah, big. In the new article that came out, just judging this the most recent offseason edition, they had them ranked 10th out of 16. And I'm going there saying, oh well, we're including coach retention and we're including all of these other things and how much better you got for your team. But I think this is going to be the difference between Colorado. Colorado still ain't done. Like they're still adding guys who are going to play this year. There's another guy who's on. Like they're going to continue to add, and you haven't even gotten. People are just starting to graduate. So now that this graduate class starts to come into the fold, I would say the over under. If the over under is 2 on guys who are going to play for Colorado in the fall that we don't even know about yet, I'd say you got to go up over. And I probably at least 3.
You really got to look at this thing, Deuce. I think sometimes we so much happens that we forget actually how little road has been traveled. How many seasons has Coach Prime coached at Colorado?
Only 2.
Only 2. Meaning between right now and 2 seasons was 1-11. 1-11, 2-season coach, and look at like the energy right now. And again, you talk about energy, you talk about recruiting. One of the biggest things you could do for your players is eyeballs.
Yep.
Georgia Tech moved to Friday night. Now it's moved to 6 p.m., 8 p.m. Eastern, and going to be on ESPN. That's meaning like 22 out of 25 Coach Prime games have been on national TV.
Right.
Come on, man.
Right.
No one in the nation, national champions, blue blood programs, nobody in the nation can say that.
Right. Yep.
And that's another thing in recruitment. When Dukes asked me the other day, name 3 or 4 things that I would look for, if Colorado was recruiting me and I was coming out. That's another thing. Can my parents watch me play? Location. If it's too far, can they actually see me play? Man, hell, you're going to see damn near every game. If you go to Colorado, your parents will be able to watch you every game, no matter where they are in this nation.
Yeah, and then another thing too, like that I know that like Chico and guys like Chico, like the weather is gonna be like important too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know when I was coming out, I wasn't looking at anything over Tennessee, Kentucky for real. Louisville was high on my list because of the way they did with their tight ends, but I was like, it's cold.
I like how you took your time coming back and got your breath, wiped the sweat off. Last time you came back kind of flustered and really couldn't make any comments. This time you stayed off screen, freshened up a little bit, in through your nose, out through your mouth, got the heart rate back down, and you hopped in here talking.
It's called getting in shape, Unc, getting better, Unc. That's all.
Yeah.
That's called getting
and then too, Chico, like, and we were talking about Colorado, like you would have been great. You would have acclimated great to Colorado with how much snow there is that they have.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with the snow or weather or things of that nature. Beach, I like to expand and get outside of the radius of mileage and things that I grew up in. You know what I mean? Just like Unc said the other day.
Not a lot of snow in Selma, so to get the opportunity, like Coach Prime tell you, he went his whole NFL career never played in snow. But like coming from say Selma or UAB and going to Colorado, the chance of playing in snow is greatly improved.
Yeah, but I went and played. I went and played in Austria.
Now,
where when I arrived,
that's the snow.
Right, and when I arrived out there, it was like Rocky when he went to Russia in the movie. Yeah. All you saw was white everywhere. And I know you guys trying to be funny, but it's all good because it don't even matter. Because I played ball
let's say in Alaska, let's say
Austria, to Baltimore, from the pineapple to the big apple.
Talk about I know y'all trying to be funny.
Ain't nobody crazy out there in the world today.
Hey man, look, Chico, I just be joking, but I went to Auburn University. So at the end of the day, I don't care how black Banneker was, the weather was different in Auburn.
Shoot. Cocaine white.
Hey man, Chico, I ain't gonna lie to you. I laughed for about 5 minutes when you talked about that party earlier. That's what I really talk about.
That what? That party?
Yeah, that party you said when they asked you, did you want to party twice?
You want to party.
And you ain't say if you stayed or not.
Oh, he stayed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he stayed. He ain't partaking in the party, but he stayed.
Man.
But he wanted to see what they were gonna be like when they got party ready.
That's true.
Hey,
I was like, damn. I was like, I ain't never seen that before. Even my roommate was like, man, I ain't never seen that before either. But I could tell he was trying to act hard. Like, oh, that's nothing. That's nothing. So I'm like, I ain't never seen that, bro.
Man, look, first time somebody did a line in front of me, it scared the shit out of me.
It scared the hell out of me. I was like, y'all finna do it for real?
Like, man, what? I said,
man, y'all ain't finna do that for real.
That a BC? You supposed to put BC in your mouth in the Coke bottle.
Right. Bro, I thought they was punking us, dog. I thought they was, y'all ain't finna do that for real. Y'all just joking. They did it.
And
y'all gotta get up out of here, dog. Y'all gotta get up out of here.
They turn up.
Get a folks like y'all. Hell no. You got it. For me, you got to go.
You send them out of there?
Hell yeah. I don't know what's gonna happen after that. So what we doing? We leaving. I'm getting the hell out of here.
I ain't mad at you, Chico.
You can't have no, dog. Police bus up in here. That's all our stuff. I ain't with it. You ain't taking me to jail for no coke that ain't mine.
Okay, then, Chico.
So you'll go to jail for the coke that's yours?
If it's mine, yeah, I'll go to jail for it. But guess what? I'm not gonna have none. So I ain't got to worry about going to jail for no coke. I'm good.
What they said they wanted some, and you can pick it up.
You can go get what I'm not touching it.
There
Let's
we go,
be clear.
Chico.
I'm not touching it.
I
don't want it in my area, vicinity. I don't want it anywhere near me, big dog.
What if it was Diddy and Cassie?
Then Cassie, come here. Stiff arm Diddy, easy.
We hit the 1 hour mark. We hit the 1 hour mark. We hit the 1 hour mark.
Come here.
Oh, hey, Rodney, yeah, we see that, man. Derrick Henry just got 2 years, $30 million.
Derrick Henry from the Ravens?
Yeah, he just got 2 years, $30 million.
He deserve it.
$25 million fully guaranteed.
He deserve it.
And that's good that's really good for the running back market too, man, because there's no way last year that he should even made it to the Ravens, right? You know, Saquon Barkley got paid this year, and I think it's a renaissance for the running back. You got to be excited for if you're an old school football fan that they starting to put some respect on the running backs again. Did we have 2 first round? Morion Hampton went first round to the Chargers?
To the Chargers, yeah.
Yeah, he went first round, right?
I think so. Later in the first round, yeah.
Yeah,
not very early in the second.
Been a while since you had 2 first round running backs, I believe, since Jahmyr Gibbs and who else went with Jahmyr Gibbs that year?
It's been a minute.
But let me go back real quick because you made the statement about Deshaun Watson, and I had to pull this up because the Cleveland Browns restructured his contract to save some cap space, and they essentially saved $36 million in cap space by converting $44.7 million of his 2025 salary into a signing bonus, and that reduced his salary down to $1.25 million as far as cap against the team. So they have that space open up now. They just gave him the money on up front. Deshaun Watson got to be, other than like the Ken Griffey, Bobby Bonilla contract, Allen Iverson contract that's been paying them out. I think Ken Griffey just ended this year. That's one of the best deals in sports right there, dog. I've gotten guaranteed money sent to me up front, and I haven't played a down for real. I've been hurt.
Listen, what David Mulligata, excuse my language. I always pronounce his name wrong, but for David from Athletes First, he was roommates with Jamal Charles in college, and he parlayed that into becoming like the super agent. Man, I literally asked him one day point, but I was like, how the hell did you do that? You know, and when he walked through how he orchestrated that deal, that's one of the few times that, you know, a lot of people think that agents really get over and they aren't worth their money. Nobody will ever have a deal like that in the next few years, period. Like fully guaranteed for $250 million. That's a baseball deal in football.
Definitely.
For a guy,
you know, one of the things Chico Deuce about that Bobby Bonilla deal is now here comes some nerd out shit. It really was not a bad deal for the Mets. Oh, how do you say that? You have to look at from the Mets' perspective where they were getting the money from. Little did they know that Bernie Madoff was a crook. They had a lot of their New York Mets ownership money tied up in Bernie Madoff accounts that were doing 35 to 50% return on investments. So it's like, hey, we could keep our cash right now and pay this young brother the next 20 years out of that account, and it ain't even our money. It's just interest earned.
Yeah.
And it worked for the first few years, and then everybody found out Bernie Madoff was a crook, and the fund dried up.
Man.
But on the lay of the land, when they signed the deal, the Mets were actually making a very shrewd business move because they weren't using any of their today's cash to pay the deal.
Yeah, makes sense.
You know who else low key and now baseball is back to those deals because look at all that money Ohtani got, and look how much of it is deferred.
Yeah, it ain't real money,
right? Because by the time they pay it, the inflation rate on what it'll be, it's not the same. It's not apples to apples. Nope. So yeah, he'll still get that dollar amount, but it actually works for the for the Dodgers to defer it because the amount of what the dollar is worth to be different than what it is today.
It is absolutely part and parcel what Chico has been doing with those push-ups. You defer to the value goes down, and it really didn't cost you what you thought the market was going to cost you.
In other words,
it's not a real 100 push-ups by the time you pay it, just like it's not a real $500 million by the time you pay it.
So you're saying I'm a great businessman, in other words, and I make great business decisions.
So
watch how you twist it.
I'm saying you're a crook.
No, you're not saying that. No, you're not. Not based on what you just said. Sound like you're saying that Chico's smart enough to go do push-ups in between times so he can get stronger, so that when I'm doing the rest of these push-ups for Dukes, it won't feel as bad as if I would have just tried to crank out 100 push-ups and would.
Let me tell you something I know, Chico. Now, and this might not apply in Hawaii, Chico. I'm pretty sure it does apply in Alabama, though. You know, there's a state law in Mississippi that when the temperature reaches a certain low or a certain high, the power company can't cut you off. Like they can't cut you off when it's before freezing. They can't cut you off when it's a heat wave. What I used to do back in the day, I would check the weather and call to get me an extension. I ain't paying y'all right now. You can't cut me off no way. Hey, I'd love to see it's 23 degrees in Jackson. Like, I ain't paying that bill. They can't cut it off no way.
He called it making deals then.
Yeah. Oh, it's 102? They can't cut it off no way.
Unbelievable.
Makes sense. Yeah, but shout out Derrick Henry for getting paid, man, and helping revitalize the running back position, man.
Mm-hmm. King Henry. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're at the hour mark. We could be discussing so much more. But if y'all want to hear us discuss so much more, y'all got to tune in Friday morning for another episode of The Morning Run right here with Uncle Neely, Big Dog Chico, and Dukes. D-Scoop. Any last words for the people out there listening in, guys?
Chico right there.
Y'all get y'all push-ups in so y'all can get right. You know what I mean? I felt like what Unc said. Chico, you could never just bring the ball down court. I give you a pass. All you got to do is lay it up. You got to dribble that thing back out and shoot. Y'all saw what before I did the push-ups. I had to do the flex. Oh, they watching. All right.
and we saw them ass knees and toes.
That's fine. It's 7 a.m. in the morning. If y'all got nice, clean, and shiny not clean, but shiny knees and toes at 7 a.m., more power to you.
Diddy baby oil.
Diddy had the girl swimming in baby oil, dog. What are you doing?
Man, said she had put a baby oil like every 30 minutes. Just stay glistening.
Take that. You look ashy. You look dry. Put some more baby oil on. So that explains the baby oil at least. He wanted to make a little swimming pool out of baby oil.
Man, my boy Reginald Swan said he's taking in from Albany, Georgia, Albany State. Man, good old days. We used to throw parties at the House of Jazz. Shout out to all the Albany OGs, man. It's been a long time since I've been down there.
Duke, you ain't want to talk about the baby oil? Damn, you changed the subject.
No, I'm gonna tell you, he just saw somebody in the chat, man. Shout him out. Let me tell you this, Chico. Let me tell you this, Duke. We all human beings. There's all human beings in the chat. It might be a couple robots in there. But you know, you could be mad at somebody, you can hate somebody, you can be mad at somebody and hate somebody enough to lie on them. Human nature. It happens. But are you really gonna be mad enough at somebody and hate somebody enough to lie on them so bad that it hurts you too? Like, who would lie about getting peed in their mouth?
So much until you what she said, she gagged, like she almost choked because it was so much. Oh my gosh, unbelievable. Damn shame. Diddy, you need to get slapped at least.
Did it done, man.
You need to get. Well, he's not on trial for that, but he does.
No, but it came out.
Yeah, you need to get slapped for that, dog. Somebody need to slap you, dog. If you haven't been slapped yet, somebody need to slap you for that one. Mainly, her brother, cousin, uncle, or daddy or something need to slap you. They need to touch you, be in the cell with you for a good hour. Good hour. Beat the breaks off you.
Then the people they were bringing in had code names. She said one of the code names dude was called the Punisher.
Unbelievable. Dog.
I don't even want to know what his job was.
They said that she would basically be cold calling people off Craigslist and Backpage, right? The ads. I wonder what the escort would be like when they show up and they see Diddy and Cassie. They're like, I hit the jackpot. You know, like, damn, he show up in his Diddy and Cassie. Oh, you like, he about to pay me very well. Anyways, thank y'all for coming out.
Man, look, see, I ain't gonna say nothing.
I'm gonna end up with what I started with. Teach your kids that they ain't got to do stuff to hang with cool people. Be cool yourself. You ain't got to fit in. You ain't got to subject yourself to ridicule and just to be around somebody you think because they in the in crowd. Ain't nobody that damn cool.
Okay.
Hey, now look, I'm just gonna point something out. They say I'm always picking on Chico. Now Chico just tried to slide one in when he just
Ain't no
said,
grown man be bullied for real, man.
"Man, listen, that man just said he was like, oh, so Dukes, you don't want to talk about the baby oil,
Yeah, what's wrong? I said you don't want to talk about the baby oil. You switch the
right?
subject.
Okay,
What's wrong
so
with
he
that?
was trying to, he was trying to. So now, if I would have been the person that would have came back when he was talking about when his eyes lit up when he was saying, "Dang, I wonder what it'd be like if I was the escort." Then if I just would have, man, that would have been like a dream come true. And he just stopped abruptly, like he called
Well,
himself.
if I'm an escort, if I put myself in those shoes,
Look
if you
at that
put yourself in those
movement.
shoes,
He can't wait.
if you put yourself in those shoes and you're an escort and that's your life, then hey, you might just hit the Super Bowl. You might have just won. You might just
So
hit
if
the
I would have
lottery.
said Chico was going to get his application ready, then I'd have been in the wrong.
See, that's taking it to another level. You know what I mean?
See, but I'd have been
Chico, one of the things I think Dukes is pointing out that you're missing.
Here you go. Here's the
like a
second
lot of
attorney.
people in the chat try to get on us for getting on you. What they don't be understanding is you do the slick shit early in the show and they miss it. And then when we check you back, they see him like, oh, y'all gotta leave Chico alone. Y'all are bullying him.
Because they know that.
And the reason you don't act like you get bullied, the reason you laugh is because you know damn well you done started. Like you doing right now. You know damn well we just be paying you back for some.
He definitely started that one.
He starts all of them.
1,000%. Man, Chico, yeah, I was like, Chico, come on, dog. I just kept, but I ain't saying nothing.
She gonna see a little crock about the subject matter.
They did get excited.
Yeah. That escort won the Super Bowl, man. He won the lottery. All he did was put out some.
Is that winning?
I mean, if that's your lifestyle, like it's like if I'm a cab driver.
Somebody give you $3,000 to pee in somebody's mouth, you think you won?
No.
That's winning the Chico.
If I'm putting out there online that I'm here as a worker to do whatever you guys want me to do, if that's what they ask you to do, dog, you can't be coming. Oh, well, I got limitations. I don't pee in people's mouth. Like,
and when I'm in chat,
put that on your profile, then say I do everything but this.
Tell your kids it's okay to have limitations. Don't listen to Chico.
Absolutely,
it's okay to have limitations. You can smoke weed and not do cocaine. Just because you do one thing don't mean you got to do the next thing. Don't listen to Chico.
That's
Chico,
crazy.
All the escorts out there think just because you're an escort, now you got to do everything when you get there. No, have lines that you won't cross. Have limits.
See, if someone in the chat heard exactly what I said, the full thing what I said, if that's not what you do, you need to put that in your description. Say, I do everything but this. Put that in your description.
You ain't got to put it in your description. Just don't do it.
You the one putting your ad on the page saying, hey, you come hire me. Put what
hire
you do.
Me for what, Chico?
That's why the description is there. You can hire me for this, and that, but PPing like Diddy, I'm not doing it.
So right
they
now, if
never contacted him.
Your resume is going to include shit you don't do.
It's going to have boundaries on it. If I'm putting myself out
there. Your resume right now, Chico, your bio right now, Chico, does not have things you don't do. It has things that you do.
But also,
ain't nobody damn resume including what they don't do.
That's a whole different world, Coach. That's a whole different world. You're putting yourself. I'm not putting myself out there with a resume saying I'm wide open for anything.
On what they'll do to have friends is what I'm telling y'all.
No, dog. Hey, man. Hey.
But Chico said this when you won the Super Bowl if you get to pee at somebody about. That's Chico.
If you're putting it out there, then you have definitely won the Super Bowl. If a person of that status calls you, take that. That's all.
No limit, Chico. I'm gonna get him a tank and call him captain. You know, limit, Chico.
I'm the colonel of this. All right.
No limit, Chico.
Oh, my Uncle Dennis in the chat.
Dudes, I got limits. Don't bring that shit over here. I got limits.
Man, you ain't got no limits. No limit soldier.
She said you got to highlight.
Hey, I thought I did have limits till I read the case files. I was like, oh no, I ain't nasty. I thought I was nasty. Yeah. This is nasty.
Girl said,
man,
that's not freaky.
The funniest thing is going.
That's not freaky. That's kinky.
The funniest thing is going back to watch like the clips that were circulating on Diddy, like he was having like weird looking moments, like the Drink Champs interview. Did you see like when he was talking to Meek Mill that time? Yeah, and Meek Mill was in the pool. Well, that is a
flashback.
Man, that is insane right now, bro. Yeah.
Like even his face, even Meek Mill's face in that.
But wait, the one sitting on the bed with Justin Bieber.
Damn, he got so many moments.
That's crazy. Child.
even before videotaping and social media and stuff. Usher stayed at his place for when he was 14 years old, right?
Oh, he
And
said
Usher
we used to
said
wrestle for. He said we used to wrestle for the cereal.
in the morning
Yeah.
time when we wake up,
Man,
we got a morning wood on, all this
Yeah,
other
we got
stuff.
man, we got to pray for
used to be
everybody
Wood
involved,
Westwood.
dog.
Yep. I already did. I'm gonna do it again. And I'm adding Chico to the list.
You can call it what you want, but I've never been to a Diddy party. Not me. Gotta say no.
You want
All
to go?
right. Would I go to a Diddy party?
He called it the Super Bowl. Here he go. Just let him tell it. It's the Super Bowl. It's Diddy and Cass. I don't want. Let him tell it. His word, his Chico testimony, not mine.
Hey,
Come
hey,
on
Chico,
now,
hey,
dog.
but you know, hey, well, one thing about it, so like we can take it back to football. Teams have tails and let you know what they're gonna do. See a man
Yeah.
going motion, a lot of times, you know, they usually going to the flat.
And
Sometimes
you see a
a
man
guy,
with 98% on his ass, you know what he doing too.
man. Hey, I asked Chico. I said, Chico, when you go to a Diddy party, he said, "Whooped up." When Chico hit you with that
That's a
whooped
lie.
up, that
98%.
whooped up,
98%.
whooped up, whooped up, bro.
Hey, double blessed twin mama said, y'all like a Baptist church preacher, y'all got 3 closes. We gonna get out of here for real.
Now we're gonna end it on this right here, but let me say one more thing to the church. As a matter of fact, ushers, and y'all make sure y'all put another collection.
I totally disagree, Salty Vet. Salty Vet said Chico is being, he'll never admit it. No, Chico wants to admit it. Chico wants to tell it. Chico always wants to tell it. Like he gonna tell it.
Okay, hold water. I got
At
on this.
all.
I got on this platform to tell stories.
Yeah,
If
he
y'all
wanna
don't know,
tell it.
we here to tell stories. All you gotta do is ask
Chico
questions.
hit you with that whooped up. Y'all already know.
Hey,
Well,
you
just
ask
know
the
y'all
question.
catch Chico at this year's Super Bowl.
Only story I'm not telling is anything got to do with a Kardashian. Shout out to my loves. That's it.
Chico, you got
All right,
to
it's
tell
been
them.
another episode of the Morning Run this Wednesday. You can catch us Friday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. That's 1 p.m. Eastern. Deuce to School. Big Dog Chico and Big
Did y'all see Kim Kardashian just got
Now, all
her
you had to do is
car
hit the button right there. All you had to do is hit the
covered
button.
in fur?
All
Did
you
y'all
had to
see
do is
that?
hit the
That's
button.
crazy. That's just
All you
spending
had to do
money
is hit the
on
button. All you had to do is hit the
anything.
button.
Thank y'all for coming out. God bless you. Have a great day. Peace in the Middle East. For Philip Dukes, Uncle Neely. We up and about this thing.
That boy whooped up.
Yeah. What's wrong with these individuals?